Namaste mamas to be. We are going to work on relaxing the face muscles, and we're also going to work on some free movement and just getting a little bit more energy, or our prana, which is that life force energy. So a little bit tingly through the body, just to wake us up a little bit. So let's come to a seated position. As always, having support of blocks or bolsters, especially if you are experiencing any hip niggles at all. Use the support of blocks underneath the legs. You can always be kneeling instead or sat on a chair for this beginning bit. So we're going to start just bringing the left hand to our hearts and our right hands down to our tummies. Closing the eyes. And just start finding that connection of your breath. Noticing the in-breath. Noticing the out-breath. Super simple. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. As we're breathing here, I'd like us to check in with the posture. So we want to visualize and match that visual of the crown of the head stacking above the throat stacking above the heart center, and then all of that stacking above the base of the spine. So it's one nice long line. And we're going to grow without lifting the shoulders, just grow through the spine. Still breathing in, still breathing out. Find the beating of your own heart. Knowing that you are breathing not just for yourself, and your heart is also beating for more than just you. Now, a really valuable tool to promote relaxed acceptance of your body and relaxed acceptance of your breath is using the golden thread breath technique. So we're going to start that now. So you can either have the hands still where they are, but if you feel that you'd like to release them and maybe open out a little bit more, you're more than welcome. You can maybe bring both hands down to your baby. So tuning into a gentle pattern of breathing, one like before that is effortless. And let's take an extra yawn just to release the jaw and the throat and the teeth. Just give the jaw a little wiggle. Before we come into the breath, just want us to ensure that the face is as relaxed as it can be. So we're going to bring the first few fingers to the jaw and just create a little bite. Just find that muscle that bulges. So that's our jaw muscle. And we're just going to release the jaw again and just give these muscles a massage to relax. Still sitting up tall. Maybe going right then left, maybe circling forward or the opposite direction, right and left again. And then we're going to repeatedly just drag downwards of that jaw muscle. take an extra yawn again. Excuse me. Okay, so coming into that golden thread breath, you're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. So as you're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, I'd like there to be, or for you to create a small space between the teeth. Imagine a piece of tissue paper held between the lips. So such a small gap that this gap is practically invisible. Breathe in through the nose and out through slightly parted lips, and feel a fine, cool breeze passing out between the lips. Your cheeks and your lips and your face want to remain relaxed here, so that's super important. So remain with that nice relaxed face. There's no pursing of the lips. The lips are remaining soft as well. Now feel the breath travelling in through the nose and out through the mouth. And allow this breath to be so fine that it feels as if a fine golden thread is spinning out between the lips. It's a thin golden thread, like embroidery yarn, smooth and silky, spinning out with every exhalation. Allow each exhalation to lengthen without forcing, but simply letting that out breath increase in length as the golden thread of breath spins out into the air in front of you. With each inhalation, allow for breath to go in through the nose and feel the breathe of exhalation travelling between the lips, into the air in front of you, in front of your closed eyes. And let the end of the golden thread carry your mental attention further and further away with each exhalation. Start bringing yourself back close to your breath, the sound of your breath. Bring your attention back into the feeling of the hands and toes, and then just returning to a steady breath, normal breath. And I'm going to reach reach the arms up. Take a deep inhalation. And breathe out. Guide your prayer down to your heart space. And we're going to open out our prayer. So we're going to come into Lotus Flower Mudra. Main fingers, thumbs, and also the heels of the hands together. All of the other fingers open out. I'd like you to drop an intention into your flower. So if you're struggling to think of one, you could use something as simple as I am grateful. I am excited. I can't wait to meet my baby. Maybe you want to say an intention or an affirmation, an agreement with your baby. I can't wait to meet you. When we are both ready and when the time is right, you will arrive. And then closing Lotus Flower, guiding it close into the heart. And then send that prayer down towards your baby, into Yoni Mudra. Sending that affirmation, that intention, that love, nurturing energy downwards. Alright, let's swap the legs over. So if the legs are crossed, just going to swap them over, maybe give them a little wiggle out in between sides, especially those ankles, the knees. Still using the support blocks underneath you if you need them. Okay, right hand is just going to come onto the earth, and we're going to lift the left arm up. And find the length down that left side of the waist. If you're feeling up to it, you can maybe bring the right arm up and lengthen away as well, but having the arms shoulder width apart. Up to you. And come to centre. Let's reach the right arm up this time. If you want to, bring both arms up. Or keep the left hand down. 3 breaths. And then come to centre. Awesome. Release the blocks out the way. We're going to come on to our hands and our knees. So over nice and comfortably. If you've got wrist niggles, any carpal tunnel at the moment, obviously this was probably going to be, can't talk, this is probably going to feel horrible. So come onto the fists, or you can come onto forearms on a couple of blocks. Or you can actually do all of what we're about to do against a wall as well, so you can be close to a wall, as if the wall was here, and rest on the wall instead. Okay, so we're just going to work through the spine a little bit just to create that space. So starting with the pelvis, so we're just going to tip the pelvis up and down. So not getting into the mid or the top of the back, we're just working through the hips. And you can definitely go slower than how I'm going. You can go, probably wouldn't go faster than what I'm doing at the moment, otherwise we'll be like this, which we want to avoid. Baby might have a fun time there. And then take some rolls just of the hips. It should feel really good. Feels good for me even though I'm not pregnant, so it should feel even better for you. And the other way. And let's start increasing into the mid-spine. So we're just rolling a little bit more, keeping the neck long. The gaze is between the hands, so we're not craning the neck forward. And as you're rounding the back upwards, really scoop tailbone in. Draw the abdominals in so you're giving your baby a nice big cuddle, really holding them tight. And let's go the other way. Getting a little bit of work into the shoulders now. Bit of strengthening through the arms. And let's just increase into the shoulders now. So just see how that feels. Maybe releasing the head down. Making whatever movement feels good. You can stick with what we did before. So I'm taking it further, that's fine. And let's go in the other direction. Cool. Alright, let's come on to forearms. You can use blocks on the shortest edge here, if you'd like to, if coming down to the floor is too far for you at the moment. And especially also if you have any heartburn as well, maybe not come down too far, so I definitely recommend using blocks to lift you up. So that'll just stop any acid coming further up and promoting that indigestion. So rock side to side. And we're going to do the same as what we did before, so we're just going to take some rolls through the body now, so we can come forward and then back. Really, really good tool to use, this movement during labour and also those later stages of pregnancy where you really, really may be wanting to take the pressure off the lower back. And also, not just in later stages, but it's good to get to know this movement so that you can find comfort with it. And then if you are needing some of that extra comfort, your body will hopefully turn towards those movements that comfort it without you having to think about it. Let's go the other way. Your baby will also thank you for this as well. Awesome. And then onto hands and knees again. Remember, blocks if you need them on forearms. We're going to take the right leg back. Toes stay on the floor and rock forward and back. Now be mindful not to let the back arch or to round through. I mean, I'm super duper exaggerating, but just so you can see. Lovely. And then we're going to have the shoulder stacked above the wrists, and then you're going to lift the right leg up, breathe in, and breathe out, bring the right knee down. Take a rock side to side. And we're going to do that on the left leg, so extend the left leg back, rocking forward and back, bringing that length down that left leg, a little bit of core strength, a little bit of work into the arms. Keep breathing. As always. And then find stillness. Lift that left leg up, breathe in, squeeze the left butt cheek, breathe out, bring it down. Okay, taking the feet out a little bit. If you've got hip niggles, I would suggest you just start, you just carry on taking that movement that we did before. If this next thing that we do starts to not feel good, alright, so just listen to your body. So we're going to rock side to side, and then when you're ready, keeping the toes on the floor, we're going to lift one leg and then the other. So we're just rocking side to side, just getting a little opening through the hips, tiny little spinal twist as well, so we're not closing it off. So what we don't want to do is be lifting all the way up here. We're not doing that, we're just opening through the hips and becoming a little bit more free with the movement. Last round. To the right and to the left. Should feel that in your bottom a little bit. Okay, tuck the toes, walk the hands back to the knees, sink the soles of the feet onto the floor, come up halfway. Take a deep breath in, rounding through the back, standing cat stretch. And breathe out, release the tailbone away, gaze forward, shoulder blades sliding down the back. Breathe in, round through the back. And breathe out. Breathe in, round through the back. Breathe out. And we're going to keep doing this for a few more rounds. Let's finish this last one. And coming up, take a deep breath in, extend the arms up, and bring the hands down. Brilliant. All right, let's bring left hand onto the heart and right hand onto tummy. Feet are going to be hip width or wider apart. Excuse me, I just sort myself out. I'm going to tip us up a little bit here, because I think my head was chopped off a bit. Okay, left hand heart, right hand tummy. If you want to take any movement, maybe sway side to side, you can do. But you can stay still if you want to. But I will encourage for our practice today for you to move, almost like you're doing a nice slow dance. That's what we're doing. If you want to put on some of your favourite music, if you haven't got it on already, go ahead and do that, because we are going to move about in a more dance-like way in a bit. And find some stillness. Release the arms. And we're just going to shake out a little bit. So give the arms a shake, the legs a shake. If you feel okay to kind of do a mini little jog on the spot without running as such, just a little bit, just to shake up, maybe reach the arms up. If you've already got kids with you, this is a fun one to do with them. And then shake down with the arms, shake up, shake down. You can just do the arms, and if you don't want to do the legs, shake up and shake out to the side. And then we're going to flick the arms, flick the hands. Lovely, a few more. Lovely. Last round up and down. Feels good. Okay, let's stand still. And now notice that energy, that prana, so that tingling, you can feel it into the hands, into the feet. You should feel, got a lot of vitality now. Maybe you've got a smile on your face. If you don't, maybe have a nice little smile. That increases endorphins. Awesome. Okay, let's bow the chin down to the chest. And roll the right ear to the right shoulder. Chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And then just rock from side to side. Alright, head comes up. So we're going to do almost like we're doing front crawl arms. So we're going to scoop the right arm up and the left. So scooping and really opening through the body, getting the arms into it. If you feel up to it, you can use both arms at a time, but depending on how pregnant you are, how far along you are, you might just want to do one arm so that you don't find one arm coming across the body. Really swing forward, breathing as we do, and then we're going to invite both arms to come up to the same time. Lovely, and we're going to go backwards. I don't know why, but this movement always reminds me of on, was it School of Rock, when the principal starts singing to Stevie Nicks, and she's there like, ooh, like that. It's a good song though. And we're going to go forward with the arms again. And then both arms at the same time. And then back crawl with the arms. Stevie Nicks. Lovely. And then we're going to just be nice and upright and just reach both arms up and down and up and down. 3 more. Here's 2. Last one. And release. Lovely. Let's just roll the shoulders now. A nice boost for your day. Also good if you are feeling lots of emotions, a little bit of anger at all. This one's a good one to do and just scream if you need to and just let it out. Sing. If you've got a really nice song, like a powerful song that you want to sing to, it's a good one to do. And let's go the other way with the shoulders, keeping the knees soft. Okay, shrugging the shoulders up to the ears, breathe in. Release them down. Again, breathe in, lift. And out. Last one. And out. Go. Okay, we're going to stand onto the right leg. Arms are going to stay down by our sides. And we're going to take a single leg mountain pose. So toes of the right foot are going to spread out so we don't find ourselves scrunching the toes up. And we're going to lift the left leg as high as feels comfortable. So even if just the tip of the big toe is on the floor, that's fine. Lifting up through that right leg, so we're pulling up. Open the arms out. We've got 5 breaths. If you need to drop the leg down at any point, you can. Here's 2. Feel the energy through the arms. 3. Nice big smile. 4. 5. Release the left leg. Swap sides. Right leg lifts. 5 breaths. Lift through the left. So you're really pulling up, especially the front of the kneecap and the left butt cheek. 2 more breaths. And release down. Hands onto hips or hands onto tummy. And take some hip rolls, nice and slow. And the other way. Awesome. If you've got your block, I'm going to grab hold of that and I'm going to place it in between the thighs. Now this is just an option. If you don't have a block or a Burke or anything that you can squeeze, don't worry, you don't have to. It's just an opportunity to draw inwards and upwards a little bit more. So feet are going to be, let's say, hip width apart, maybe a tiny bit narrower, especially if you're holding the block, because otherwise if your legs are out here it's going to be harder and you'll put more strain on the pelvis. So just a little bit of a chair sequence. We're going to breathe in, reach the arms up, squeeze the block or squeeze your knees and your feet together. Breathe out, lift up, lift the heels off the floor without arching the back, so we're keeping the back tall. Breathe in, sink down, make sure you can see the toes beyond the knees. Breathe out, lift. Inhale, exhale. We've got 5 more, breathe in. And out. Use the toes. If you're wobbling on the ankles, I might say don't worry about lifting the heels. Here's 3. 2. Last one. And just sink the heels down. Release the block and just pop it to one side. Give the legs a roll out or a stretch out, a shake out. All of those. Brilliant. Now having bolster or block close towards you, just in line with the heels or tiny bit behind, but I'd say have them in line with the heels. Reach the arms up. We're going to come down into our yogi squat. So if you already know that yogi squat is not good for you, just come down onto your bottom instead. All the way down. And using that block to support you. Lifting nice and tall. Give the toes a wiggle. Ensure that all 4 corners of the feet are being used, so you're not rolling them into the inner edges of the feet. We're growing through the crown of the head. Brilliant. One more breath. And we're going to take a comfortable seat. So if you've already got your block, which you should do, or you're either already on your bottom, we're going to come there. So easy seat, legs crossed or kneeling or on a chair. Sitting nice and tall. Drop the chin to the chest. And we're going to reach the arms behind and just take hold of opposite elbows without puffing the chest. So keep the ribs drawing downwards, but we're still growing through the back of the neck. And then lift the head up without lifting the chin too far. Left hand is going to come onto the left knee. Right hand is going to stay at the small of the back, and we're just going to look over the right shoulder. If you feel okay to maybe take a further twist, reach the arms out and open sideways, but being mindful not to push it here. We don't want to overdo the twist. We want to promote expansion and opening, not twisting as such. And let's swap sides. So finish this last exhalation really, really empty. And then come back to center. Left hand comes behind you, right hand onto the right knee. Looking over your left shoulder as long as that feels okay on your neck. Gazing downwards as well, so if you find that you start looking back, really trying to look behind you, just gaze down towards the floor, close to that left shoulder. Come back to center, empty out completely. Shoulder rolls. Brilliant. One final breathing exercise for us to calm us all the way down is our alternate nostril breath. So what I'll do is I'll get us to start by physically blocking off the nostrils first. And if you are congested, don't worry, just join in with the second option, which I'll give you for the same breathing exercise. So we're going to start by closing off the right nostril with the right thumb. And we're going to breathe in through the left nostril, and then we're going to breathe out through the right. Breathe in through the right. Breathe it out through the left. So that's one round. In through the left. Out through the right. In through the right. Out through the left. That's 2 rounds. If you feel okay continuing there, you can. Maybe bring one hand to baby. You can also swap hands if your right arm gets achy. If you're congested, you're just going to imagine, so close the eyes and visualise the breath moving in through the left nostril and then into the space between the brows, and breathing out through the right nostril. Then imagine it breathing, going in through the right nostril to the space between the brows, and then out through the left. So that's psychic union breath. If you like, you can also expand that triangular shape of breath. If you're not using the hands to block a nostril, imagine you're breathing from the left knee upwards to the crown of the head, and then down to the right knee, and then reversing back up the other way. Still stacking, crown above throat, throat above heart space above the base of the spine. Relaxing the jaw. And finish this last round out through the left nostril. And when you finish, we're going to come into our final relaxation. So laying on our left hand side, or you can get into bed, you can lay on the sofa on our left, being completely supported, maybe a block or a cushion between the thighs, between the knees. And make as many adjustments as you need so that you can be comfortable. nothing could have prepared your heart to open like this. From beyond the skies and the stars, the echo arrived inside you and started to pulse with life. Each beat a tiny act of growth, traversing all our ancient shapes on its way home to itself. Once it began, you were no longer your own. A new, more courageous you, offering itself in a new way to a presence you can sense, but you have not yet seen or known. It has made you feel alone in a way that you never knew before. Everyone else sees only from the outside what you feel and feed with every fibre of your being. Never have you travelled further inward where words and thoughts become half-light, unable to reach the fun of brightness, strengthening inside the night of your womb. Like some primeval moon, your soul brightens the tides of essence that flow to your child. You know that your life has changed forever. For in all the days and the years to come, distance will never be able to cut you off from the one you now carry for 9 months under your heart. May you be blessed with quiet confidence that destiny will guide you and mind you. May the emerging spirit of your child imbibe encouragement and joy from the continuous music of your heart, so that it can grow with ease, expectant of wonder and welcome when its form is fully filled. And it makes its journey out to see you and settle at last, relieved and glad in your arms. If you prefer to stay where you are and continue resting, then please do. The invitation is for you to meet me in a seated position, taking your time. Checking back in with your intention, reaching the arms up, inhaling. Exhaling, guiding that prayer down to your heart space. Sending love from your heart down to your baby, bringing the hands to the tummy. From my heart to your hearts, may you be happy, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be peaceful. Namaste. Thank you, lady.